the Eastern Security Network repeatedly attacked Nigeria and took active steps to disintegrate the country. By the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu for acts of terrorism, it is clear that justice has been served to the thousands of innocent Nigerians who lost their lives as a result of the inciting broadcast and violent activities of Eastern Security Network. The blood of those who have died cries to heaven, and God in His mercies has given them justice. Justice has honored their cry. The families of more than 75 security officers who were murdered in the service of their fatherland will now find some comfort in this conviction. Those whose relatives were brutally killed and buried with counsel of the order of the convict here have not died in vain, because justice has been done. My Lord, the records before these courts are replete with the losses suffered by citizens of Nigeria residing in the interstates of the Federation, citizens who, through no fault of their own, were forced to live in fear, had their businesses destroyed, and were reduced to paupers as a result of sit-at-home orders issued by the convict and violently enforced by the commanders of ESN. Justice has today set them free from oppression and economic strangulation caused by the terrorist activities of the convict. The convict now knows that the law is greater than any individual. Therefore, justice has been done to him too, and that Nigeria has both the power and the capacity to punish anyone who, through deliberate, reckless acts of terrorism, seeks to divide the country by attempting to create the so-called Republic of Biafra by force out of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My Lord, consequent upon the conviction, as nothing further remains but the lawful imposition of sentence. The punishment prescribed for the offenses in counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 is death penalty. Pursuant to Section 1(2)(h) of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013, my Lord, with all sense of humility, I say, sir, as a prosecutor, that this court has no discretion in that regard, and that the only sentence that your Lordship will impose for counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 is death sentence. This court has the power to do so, and with respect must do so. The language of the Act is clear, and the court is urged to apply it strictly without deviation. For the offense under count 3, relating to membership of IPOB, a proscribed terrorist organization, the punishment is imprisonment for a term of not less than 20 years, in accordance with Section 16(3) of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013. We urge your Lordship, in accordance to death sentence, to also pronounce and impose the sentence as prescribed by law, having found him guilty and convicted. For the offense under count 7, the punishment is 5 years imprisonment without the option of a fine, pursuant to Section 46 and 47 of the Custom and Excise Management Act, Cap C 45 Laws of Federation. In sentencing, this honorable court is obliged to consider the nature and gravity of the acts of terrorism committed by the convict. It was against, the acts of terrorism were against innocent Nigerians who reside in the southeastern states. It is also a terrorism act against Nigeria, whereby nobody felt safe and secure in Nigeria having regards to the activities of IPOB and ESN. The court is urged to note that the company has shown neither remorse nor penitence for the innocent Nigerians who died as a result of his directives and incitements. He has demonstrated no respect for the administration of justice. His conduct, even within the court, has been marked by arrogance and a heart far removed from humility. When he was going out, he looked at me and said, God will bless me. He won't say God will punish me. He said, God will bless me. And I say, amen. Because I'm a blessed man. It is not him, a convict, who can now put a curse on me. He cannot do that. So in any event, my Lord, I'm not being personal, but I want to assure you that somebody in that position ought to show some penitence, ought to show some remorse, ought to throw away arrogance and self-serving attitudes. The court is further urged to take judicial notice of the fact that the convict established Radio Biafra, a broadcasting platform operating on several digital channels, including mobile radio, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, blogs, and Instagram. It is a station with global reach. Evidence before the court, my Lord, shows that when the convict was arrested on 15 October 2015 at the Tulip Hotel in Lagos, he was found in possession of broadcasting equipment. The conduct of the defendant through online publications, live broadcasts, and social media communications constitute acts of incitement, encouragement, and provocation of terrorism as defined under the Act. It is the view of the prosecution, Lord, that without the instrumentality of the internet and social media platforms, the magnitude of destruction, division, and human losses recorded in southeastern states of Nigeria, including Lagos, would not have reached the level it attained. The digital platform becomes tools in the hand of the convict, tools of radicalism, ethnic hostility, and incitement to terror. Their amplified reach resulted in a coordinated transnational militarism or militarization of violence and destructions of public property across several states of Nigeria. The court has both the power and the duty to restrict further access to digital media through which the offenses were committed by making orders that prevent the commission of similar or related offenses, including forfeiture, confiscation, or restrictions of the means used to commit the act of terrorism. As a form of preventive control, the prosecution praised this honorable court to impose restriction on the convict's access to digital devices, online accounts, or internet facilities. In other words, my Lord, anywhere he may be kept until his execution in obedience to the sentencing, if he has access to these devices, and they are cheap and easy and available everywhere in Nigeria, there will continue to be broadcast. Maybe he will claim he was not the one. At the moment, if you open to YouTube, you see a lot of rascals talking about the proceedings of the court, trying to twist and misread and mislead the people with what happened in court. So we're asking that your lordship should restrict him from having access to these devices. This honorable court, my Lord, has the statutory power to prevent convicts from further committing offenses by making orders for the forfeiture,